So, good morning everyone. So I'm having ham and eggs, toast, and my coffee. It's early morning. So, yesterday we left off talking about living in the old house. Now that house was way far back from the road. And Mom, her father, Grampy, Dad, and me and my brother and Mom was living at the house at the time. Now Mom always said it was haunted. It was an old house and there were 10 acres of land. So they got insurance on the house and she wanted to build something more closer to the road. So she told Granny, so I believe it was around Easter time, they decided that because we stay over Granny sometime, decided that Granny was going to burn the house. So she burnt the house, but it went to court. I think the insurance company thought something was up. But anyway, they ended up getting no money. It went in trust for me until I turned age 18 or 19. It was only $5,000, but back then that was probably about $20,000. I don't know, but it's a lot of money back then, $5,000. That was before, well, I probably was about 3 or 4. So it was a long time ago. And the land was mine too. I didn't inherit the 10 acres. So they didn't have money to build. So they bought a part of a house up the street and dug it down. The house was in pieces. And then Dad used a power saw to build the 2 bedrooms. And, but the only thing was, the well was way, way back where the old house was. We had quite a bit of frontage though, because that's where we used to put our garden. We had no pine tree. Mom had roses. She had an apple tree in the front. But anyways, we ended up having we had a well, and you used to prime it, leave water, and then you prime it to get our water, so we didn't have water in the house. There were no septic yet, because they were saving up. So we had to use an outhouse. So, that's about that one. Now, there were a corner of of the land. See, Grampy moved. He ended up building a 1-bedroom place across from my uncle's. So there were a corner that Grampy, before Mom and them even moved in, before Mom, I forget, I think it was a Shirley's or something. They had a small little house that he used to live, like the corner. Now Mom thought Grampy sold that to him, but they were no foundation or anything, so Grampy made but Mom didn't know that, see. She always thought that he owned that part of the land. And a few people lived in it, and then they made it into like a little convenience store. And I remember this, one time, Mom sent my brother, Dad was at work, over to get an ice cream bar, but it was a certain one that she wanted, and he picked up the wrong one. So Mom said, you got to bring that back, because it wasn't that far. I mean, it was on our my land. So anyway, he brought it back, but I don't know, he closed for lunch or whatever he did, but so my brother came back and told Mom, said, I can't get in, he locked the door. It's closed now, the store. Mom said, why would the store be closed at this time? Must have just closed it for a few seconds, but Mom gets there banging at the door. Buddy wouldn't answer it, and she was all upset now because her ice cream bar is melting. So she ended up throwing the bar at the door. She dragged me and my brother there, and she's swearing and going. So anyway, she waited until he opened it up, and then she goes and she goes in there, and she told him, tomorrow I want that outhouse off my property. He had an outhouse in the back. And there, I don't know how she knew what was divided, but anyway. Next day the outhouse was moved because it wasn't his property, and she could have taken the whole store. She could have said, move it in 30 days or I'll take your store. I don't know. I don't know why she never talked about that one with Grampy. See who. Because I sold that land later. Shirley was saying, you can't stand, no, nothing on the deed. Nothing on the deed had anything taken off that land. We went down to the registry, the land registry, and nothing was on paper. He wasn't paying taxes on it. So the whole land was mine. Now dogs. It's not that I don't like dogs. I think it's because I was traumatized. Because Dad loved animals. He'd go out in the woods, he'd come back with something. He'd say, oh, the little thing was injured. So we had a pet for a while until he released it. We had crows, squirrels, you name it. We had it. So anyway, Dad just loved animals. He had no fear for no animal. So Rover was German Shepherd dog. Now this is what I was told. He was abused by his owner, really bad. And and then the dog ended up going to the pound or whatever, and they were going to put him down. Because nobody could go near him. So, Dad walks up to him, pets him. Got no problem. Dog didn't bark at Dad or nothing. Dad, he just had a way with animals. So, he brings Rover home. Mom's scared death of him because she heard the story about him being abused and how no one could take care of him, and they're going to put him down, so she felt sorry for him a little bit. But she said, it's your dog. I'm not going near that dog. That dog is yours. So, we had a tree thing, and Big Chain, I remember Big Chain had an outhouse or a doghouse for him. Dad built one. Anyways, Mom wouldn't feed him. Dad would when he got home. He was working construction at that time, so he used to get home about 6, 7 o'clock. He just started working construction. He wasn't working out in the woods anymore. So, anyways, on the weekend, Dad would untie him, and me and my brother would play fetch with him and everything, so it wasn't like we didn't. Mom just didn't want to be around him. She would just watch us from the window. I don't even think she went outside. So anyways, so he's a big German Shepherd. He's not a puppy. He's I don't know how old he was, but he wasn't too old, but he wasn't a puppy. So anyways, quite a big dog, probably up to here anyway. So he broke loose one time. My brother, I wasn't going to school, so I probably was about 4 years old. When I started going to school, age 5, I went to kindergarten half days. I never forget this. So he breaks loose. Mom takes a nap. She always took a nap around 12. 12 o'clock, she'd sleep for about an hour. I'd be in the kitchen part. I had a little tea set and make believe in my dolls, and for an hour I would have a tea party. So her scratching at the door with Rover. So my brother's in school. It's probably, well, Mom must have took a nap. It must have been close, it was 12 o'clock. So anyways, I open up the door. Well, I remember saying, Rover, Rover. I remember I can't. But anyway, I played with the dog for about an hour. Mom was sleeping. And I'm always talking to myself out there anyway, because I mean, I'm having a tea party and you want some coffee and tea. And I remember being all over the dog. I was climbing all over the dog. Look, I was having a great time with Rover. So, an hour later, just when before Mom, because I was still talking, Mom said, who are you talking to? It's Rover. Rover. Because I remember this like yesterday. She goes, Mom's scared to death now. She don't know what to do. She's not going to she can't let the dog, she didn't know what to do. So, Mom goes, get in here. I said, what? She said, get in here. Now, I'm young, but you can still feel fear. When your parents angry, you know they're, and I knew she was fear then. I didn't know she was scared of the dog, but you know. She said, come on, get in here. So, she's in the bed. She said, get in the bed. So I got in the bed, and we're both facing each other, and we're in the middle of the bed. And she goes, don't move. I'm like, why? She goes, don't move. She said, I'm scared of Rover. I said, well, he's okay, or something like that. And she goes, no, I told you to stay in bed. So anyway, so she's scared because my brother's coming home about 3:30, and she's scared he might open up the door and the dog charge at him. So she was listening for the bus, because you could hear the bus coming all the time and the air brakes and everything. And I remember we laid there for like 3 hours in that bed before he came home. A couple hours anyway. And the dog's going all over the place. I'm looking up at him. I still don't understand what's going on. So I just played with the dog for an hour. So anyways, she says, don't move, don't look at the dog. So I closed my eyes. I think I might have fell asleep or something. And all of a sudden, she's yelling at my brother. Don't open the door. Rover is in here. He got loose, blah, blah, blah. So he had to wait outside until 5:30, 6 o'clock, because I remember Dad was working construction at the time, and he had to travel, but when he first started working there, he didn't travel very far. It was only a half hour to the construction site. He didn't work away yet. He started working away after that. But anyways, so Dad gets home. So I'm stuck in this bed now. I started getting scared. Because I'm in the bed. I don't understand what's going on. I can't move. I got a dog running around. Mom's yelling. She don't want my brother to come in. And I'm like, then you know it's serious, right? So Dad comes home. Well, we had to end up getting rid of the dog because after that. But that's why when I'm walking in the trail, whatever, and I see a German Shepherd or something that's not like a poodle or whatever, but they're coming towards me, I go right around. It's just, I'm scared because of that. So anyway, so that's my deal. Um, yeah, at school was kind of teased when I started going to school because I don't know if you call it bullied, but just because of my brother's last name, back then everybody had the same last name. Mother and father's together, they got married. That's just, let's see here. Oh yeah, the lemon meringue pie. Okay, so we used to go to, Bronson, and back then it was dirt road from Chitlin into Bronson, probably 50 miles or something. I don't know how far, but, and I'd get travel sickness, car sickness really bad. I tried everything, you name it. They put chains on the car, they done everything. I just got sick because it was no dirt road. And then they ended up putting the tar and the rock or whatever, and we'd be driving and be hit the bottom of the car. Because I used to try to snooze, take a nap, but you can't nap with that noise. But I remember going over to my aunt. Well, I think she would have been my great aunt or something. Well, just before you leave Chipman and going into Bronson, that's where my aunt lived. Dad, in the summertime, would want to go fishing with the boys, so he wouldn't be gone to an all-day thing, but he'd drop us off, and me and Mom, and my brother, and Mom goes, dinner time, we'll go walk to the store and get something to eat. I'm wondering why. But Mom said when she first met Dad, and she was either pregnant with me or the first baby, she was pregnant. They went there. Now, she married into Dad's family. They had a bunch of kids. Mom said, they walked into the house and there were all pies on the table. Lemon meringue pies. She said, black on top, she thought they were burnt. She says, Dad, look, she burnt all the pies when she left the room, right? Dad goes, no, you look. He hits the table, the whole meringue went up. The meringues went up. It was all covered in flies. The whole meringue, top of the meringue. Once Mom told me that story, I knew why we never ate there. So, we'd go visit Bronson, Grampy. Summertime it was fun because he had these group Christmas trees, pine trees for Christmas time. And we used to, it was like a maze. We were always playing hide and seek. We'd go fishing down Salmon River. And, what else now? There's not a whole lot I remember. I remember, okay, the snowport. The boys across the street. My cousins lived across the street, and the boys down the road. And they played with my brother. And next door, we got new neighbors, and they had a daughter. She was 2 years older than me. That's how I began smoking. Because I was 10. And she was 12. And she got me smoking. We used to weed the garden so we could get money to go buy our cigarettes, go to a movie, $10. God, you could go to a movie, buy a pack of cigarettes, have popcorn, candy after. $10 was a lot back then. But, all the snow for it. So, beside my uncles, they always, the snow plow guy from the road and everything, he always made this big, long, snowbank, like big, all covered in snow, probably about as high as the ceiling here, and it was forever. He did it for the kids because I was too young. I think I might have built on it, but we made like a snow castle. So you could walk in, and you could little windows, and one place you have to lay down. But anyway, we always had fun in them. So me and my friend next door, when the boys were in there playing, her brother too was playing there. Yeah, her brother. And he was almost same age as my brother, half brother, so they got along good. Anyways, when the boys were playing in the fort, we wouldn't go around. The girls, you know. When they took a break or they went and done something or played hockey or whatever, road hockey, me and my friend, we would go play in the fort. Well, we used to like the section where you lay down on your back, and then there were a little window divider and a window, and you could see each other and just lay there. It was so nice. It was like almost a blue, and it was just beautiful. Wow. I don't know what happened. If the boys knew we were in there, well, my brother and her brother wasn't involved in this because I don't know if they knew we were in there, what was going, but the boys, my cousin and them, they were on top of the fort, and they kept on, and we're laying on our back, and we can't hear nothing. So, there's a reason why I'm telling this story. Later on, you'll know why. But they started jumping on it, and all the thing caved in on us, both of us, and we're trapped. I can't breathe. So, I think we started yelling. I don't know what happened, but my brother and her brother, they said, "The girls are in there. The girls are in there." And they always had a shovel because they had to build it with the shovel. So they got us out. So I don't like laying on my back in small places like that. And yeah, we could have died that day. I don't know if they knew we were in there. I don't know what the story was, but anyways, it was terrible. So Dad started working construction when I was about 10. He started working away, and then he started staying away. Mom found out he was running with these girls, so they separated. But because he wasn't sending any money home, he was drinking it. Mom had to go to welfare. She couldn't work. I mean, where are you going to work in a small town with no education? So she went to welfare to get food. That was her main concern, food, because he would send the money to us, but then he stopped sending money to him. So when she went to welfare, they said, "Well, you're going to have to leave your husband." They weren't married, but I said, "Because we can't help you. He makes too much money. He's making good money." Mom said, "Well, he's running anyway. I plan on leaving him." So they separated, but Dad wasn't going to give Mom any money for taking care of my brother. He's 5 years older than me, right? Anyways, and welfare wasn't going to give her any money on a check. And Mom said, "I can't. I can't pay the bills. So I was 10, he was 15, almost 15, when Dad came and got him. And he had a rough go. But anyways, he ended up bringing up himself after that, pretty much, getting in trouble. And anyways, I was teased a lot, bullied because I was on welfare. Or my cousins and that. Little did I know that they're not my uncle, but the people down the road. The husband would work out in the woods, collect unemployment, and then they were on welfare. Half of them down there, teasing me. I'd bring a friend home, and on the bus, boys be in the back of the bus, I sit in the front, away from them. Must be welfare day, she got a friend coming over. But anyhow, I just ignored them, did my thing, went to school. And that's probably going to be, I'm pretty much done. I need a cigarette. I didn't time it, so I don't know how long it's been, but I think it was pretty long. I got almost everything half eaten here. I've made too much ham today. Anyhow, so as soon as I get this uploaded, because it's time for my cigarette, and I did put my carnation, I can't smoke in here. I gotta go outside. We're not allowed smoking in this building. So I'll go outside. It's a nice day. It's cool, but it's a nice day. Sun's out early in the morning. So anyways, probably do a video tomorrow because I'm off now Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday. Today is Thursday. Then I work weekends. That's only for a month. And then December 1st, I'll have my weekends, my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off again. But right now, things are a little messed up, so that's why it took me so long. I started the channel, but anyways. So next time I'll talk about when Mom and Dad separated, and I was brought up with my mom. And, yeah. So make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. I am reading them. Someone mentioned about prunes. I can't eat prunes. Something about, I don't know, I seen something about tropical prunes. That's one thing I can't eat is prunes. I don't like prunes. Not fussy with raisins unless they're covered with chocolate. Don't like liver. The green olives, don't like them. Feta cheese, anything with a strong odor, taste. I don't know. Maybe when I get older I might like it when my taste isn't so sensitive or something. I don't know. But anyways, so until next time, time for a smoke.